On my way.
A small unseelie band is marching through your territory, moving from village to village, apparently looking for something or someone. They don't seem to care about mortals, and they have killed quite a few people as they go. Your subjects ask you to stop them before they take more lives.
On my way.
One of the recently found ruins is an ancient temple which holds several artifacts. However, the place is not entirely deserted. A hermit lives here, and although he obviously has no use for these items, he claims right of possession over them.
On my way.
Our scouts have found a ruined castle from the time of the legendary King Vortigern. The whole place emanates strong magic and is likely to be filled with forgotten treasures.
Ready to serve. Ready to serve. On my way. On my way.
Your magic shield is under normal strength. Your spell was absorbed. Your spell was absorbed. A spell has been cast. Your magic shield is under normal strength. Your spell was absorbed. A spell was cast. Your magic shield is under normal strength. Your men are going to die. Your soldiers are going to die. Your units are in danger.
Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Yes, my liege. Ready to serve. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. On my way.
You are in dire need of Merlin's arcane knowledge to find a cure for your father. Although you discovered the wizard's secret workshop, it didn't help, so you decide to find his apprentices. It's more difficult than it sounds. They are just as mysterious as their master. But you learn that one of them, Broderick, is in Worcester. The once proud city of Worcester now lies in ruins. Following the reign of the possessed, the population is decimated, and people are scared and distrustful. It will be hard to rebuild this area, but right now your task is to find the apprentice, so you can rebuild Britannia itself. Idris Gok is from Wales. He's a man of the old faith and a successful merchant. He shakes his head saying, "The apprentice was forced to leave. He left a challenge. If you are clever, brave, or ruthless enough to solve it, you can follow him. You need to be one of these to succeed where he is now." Idris Gok takes out a box. It's closed by a dial, which reads CABLANE. The letters are scrambled. The box opens if you find the right combination. I haven't tried to open it. My place is here in Worcester. I can't follow the apprentice, but I can help him find the right man. You rearrange the letters, but the box refuses to open. You are getting very frustrated with the whole thing. Idris Gok shakes his head sadly and reaches out to take back the box and resume guarding it for the right man.
Yes, my liege. On my way.
You are in dire. The once proud city of Worcester now lies in ruins. Idris Gok is from Wales. He's a man. Idris Gok takes out a box. It's closed by a dial, which reads CAB. The lock clicks open, and you find a filigreed silver scale in the box. It is beautiful, but doesn't tell you where the apprentice went. It's just part of a bigger puzzle. You say goodbye to Idris Gok and go to see if you can solve the riddle the apprentice left you. Lord Rufus grows very angry when you mention the apprentice. He left and good riddance! You explain that you need to find him. Oh, he left a tricky message, and if you can solve it, you'll know where he went. I have one part, and the bishop and a merchant have the others. Well, the apprentice left us each a riddle, as if we have the time for such things. Mine says, people call me blind, for I only have eyes for the truth. Lord Rufus snorts. He expected us to get together and try to solve the riddles, as though we actually cared about where he went. As you pace up and down the room, waiting for a spark of inspiration, you hear yelps of pain from the courtyard, as if someone were being beaten just outside the window. Lord Rufus looks down with a satisfied nod. It doesn't bring you any closer to the solution. It's distracting. It's the son of that damned merchant Idris Gok! That damned apprentice helped him seduce my sister, but I have him now, and he'll be beaten to a pulp every day until he dies. Lord Rufus looks really upset. Now at least you know why he hates the apprentice so much. Lord Rufus objects, but he cannot defy your decision. The merchant's son is set free. He walks up to you to thank you for your help and says, "It is justice you served, and justice is the answer to the riddle. Go and find the old Roman statue of Justitia outside the walls." When you ask the bishop about the apprentice, he sighs sadly. The possessed caused much hatred. The apprentice tried to bring us back together, but he failed and was forced to leave. He left a message so that those in need can find him, if they're clever, brave, or ruthless enough.
Red fire shaped me from red earth. Red broth I drank, and each evening in red air I bathe.
The bishop shakes his head.
I don't know the answer. I didn't have much time to think about it, but the apprentice told me he meant an actual existing object that you will need later.
The bishop scratches his head. I don't think it's a poker, he says. A poker is just too mundane for such a riddle. It must be something more symbolic. A weapon, perhaps. But I don't know much about weapons, to be honest. It could be a spear, or maybe a sword. You find the statue of Justitia just outside Worcester. It's old and worn. Her right hand gripped a stick or a weapon, while her left lifted or held something with fingers not fully closed. Was she carrying a scroll? Dropping a handkerchief? Scattering a handful of dust? A small niche opens in the statue. In it is a letter from the apprentice. I went to London. It's a dangerous place. Only those should follow who are ruthless enough to force their way through, or can cooperate and accept help, or are so clever they can outwit anyone. All others are doomed to fail.
The trail of Merlin's apprentice leads to London, the last mortal stronghold standing in the middle of the growing wasteland. You must pursue his trail immediately, my lord, but beware. By a strange twist of fate, the protector of London is the most fearsome knight of Britannia, Sir Caradoc, who is making good use of his ruthless nature to fight evil in its purest form.
Penguin has begun to form a proper army, one which relies heavily upon veterans of the fierce struggles that followed the cataclysm. This suggests the idea. As a proud Welshman, King Dafydd never liked to be a part of Arthur's kingdom, and he was among the first. There are new quarries in the hills of Poets that provide cheap stones as building materials. If you began trade... King Cole has a very powerful army. He commands great strategists and experienced soldiers. King Cole's son is obsessed with the idea of knighthood. Having grown up in the southern territories of Aboricum, where Roman traditions dominated, he rather decided to become a knight of Britain. His father first opposed the idea, but he has since relented. If you offered him a place among the knights of Arthur's court, you would certainly improve relations between the two kingdoms. Long ago, the kingdom of ailment came to realize that they required London is the final refuge in the south. No wonder that even this huge stronghold now overflows with refugees who live in abominable conditions. Public safety has reached new lows, and Sir Caradoc's attempts to restore order by assigning his ruthless knights to the town watch has only made matters worse. London is swarming with hedge knights, brave warriors stripped of their lords and lands by the cataclysm. As they have proven themselves very useful during Fomorian sieges, Sir Caradoc overlooks their constant troublemaking and drinking. They usually band together and offer their combat expertise to any who can pay. London is the last place of refuge in all the south. Small wonder, then, that even this huge stronghold now overflows with refugees who now live in abominable conditions. Food is scarce and plagues darken every house and corner. London is the last safe haven in a vast wasteland, and for quite some time it has stood bravely against continuous Fomorian attacks. Small wonder that most of its buildings are damaged, and many destroyed entirely. Sir Caradoc is a skillful commander, but he has little experience in matters of the treasury. He could use some financial assistance.